Basically, you have less than a week to see one of the best things that you'll ever get to see in your lifetime, and that's Love Story, the musical. The musical is currently playing at the Duchess Theatre in London, and will sadly be closing on the 26th of February, on Saturday. Now, I saw the show for the first time last week, and I can honestly say I've never seen anything like it. It was such a unique, emotional, wonderful show. Some of you may be already familiar with Love Story, but I've never watched the movie or read the book, so I didn't really know the plot before I saw the show. Although I guess you can kind of guess that the story ends on a sad note when you enter the theatre anyway. In short, Love Story is about two people, two very different people, who fall in love and have to make sacrifices for each other, and in the end the story ends very, very tragically. To say I was blown away by the performances I saw would be an understatement. The two main actors had very, very tough jobs, as they're so central to the show, and their characters go through basically every emotion that you can think of on stage. But Michael and Emma played them so well. I can't praise them enough for their performances. Emma Williams especially, who I'm in complete awe of. I mean, what a talent. She sings, she acts, she plays the piano, and she's so believable. She portrays the character of Jenny so well. She's just amazing. I've genuinely never seen such brilliant acting on stage. Also, it's interesting because the sets are very simple and basic, but that only adds more focus to the actual performances. Another very strong point about this show is its amazing score. There's not a massive orchestra or anything, mainly just piano and some violins. But the music is so pure and beautiful that it just stays with you for weeks after you see the show. You can actually buy the soundtrack to the musical from Dress Circle, or I think iTunes as well, I'm not sure. I'm going to put some links in the description thing if you're interested to purchase the album. And I think you should, because it's gorgeous. Seriously though, I highly recommend you go see the show this week if you can, because it's simply stunning, and it has one of the strongest casts I've ever seen in a West End show. And this is definitely your last chance to see the show because it ends on Saturday. And even if it ends up opening in some other country or it goes on tour or something, it's not going to be with the same cast, and this cast are definitely worth seeing. I promise you that if you don't go see the show, you'll miss out. I mean, I've seen a lot of shows, but this one definitely stands out to me. It's just so special. It's only about 1.5 hours long with no interval, but it doesn't really need one. The whole thing was just so intense. I've never cried so much at a show before. I mean, I was literally sobbing in the last 20 minutes of the show, which was actually quite embarrassing because I don't really like crying in public. But I could feel other people around me crying too, and I kind of liked the sense of knowing that everyone around me is feeling the same thing. I thought that was really nice, in a weird way. Although, just to add, the show's not full-on depressing for like an hour and a half. It has some really great funny moments as well. And one of the highlights of the show is a song called Pasta, which Jenny and Oliver sing, and it has some really funny, brilliant, witty lyrics, and it's great to watch. I'm seriously gutted about this show closing, especially when you see shows like Mamma Mia and Thriller still going strong. No offense. But it just seems that most people prefer to go watch fun, happy shows on their nights out instead of giving real theatrical shows like Love Story a chance, which is a shame. But I'm sure the two main actors in the show, Michael and Emma, will have amazing careers after the show ends. And I congratulate everyone involved in the show, from the ensemble to the lead actors to the whole production team, for such a brilliant, amazing show. So yes, I hope you all go and see the show if you can before it ends, because I just want everyone to experience the beauty of the show, and I'm sure that you won't regret it if you see it.